Have you ever felt your blood boil because of someone else's words? Perhaps a colleague snapped at you for no reason, a friend betrayed your trust, or someone ignored you, instantly darkening your mood. It's frustrating, but the truth is no one can make a person angry unless they allow it. In a small American town surrounded by rolling hills, there lived a man named Ethan. He was respected in the community for being hardworking, reliable, and intelligent, yet he had a problem that quietly consumed him, his temper. It wasn't violent, but it was sharp, unpredictable, and exhausting. Minor annoyances could trigger Ethan. If the barista at his favorite cafe forgot his order, he would snap. If a neighbor's dog barked too long, he would fume. Even small inconveniences at work could ruin his entire morning. Ethan never questioned his behavior. In his mind, he was justified. People should respect me, he often told himself. Why shouldn't I get angry when they are wrong? His wife, Claire, was gentle, wise, and perceptive. She could see into people's hearts without judgment and loved Ethan deeply. Over time, however, she began noticing the toll his anger took on him and on their marriage. One evening, after a long day, Ethan slammed the door behind him, muttering because a delivery driver had left a package on the wrong porch. Claire looked at him and said softly, "Ethan, why do you let the little things steal your peace?" Ethan frowned. Because people are careless. Because life is unfair. Because I can't just ignore it. You're giving away your control, Claire replied. You're letting others decide your mood. That's not fair to you. Ethan did not respond. He went to the living room, sat down, and scrolled through his phone. He was physically tired, yes, but more than that, he felt emotionally drained, as if pieces of him had been taken without permission. A few days later, the town held its annual community fair. Stalls of handmade crafts lined the streets, children ran with balloons, and the air smelled of popcorn and cotton candy. Ethan had promised to help with the local charity booth, but he had not slept well and his patience was thin. While walking past a group of teenagers joking loudly, one accidentally knocked over a display of books Ethan had carefully arranged. Without thinking, Ethan shouted. His voice carried across the fairgrounds. The teens froze, guilt evident on their faces, while the crowd murmured. Ethan felt a brief rush of satisfaction for asserting himself, but almost immediately, a wave of regret followed. His chest tightened, his hands trembled, and he realized he was not satisfied at all. He was exhausted, angry at himself for letting anger control him again. That night, Ethan lay awake, staring at the ceiling. He wondered why his reactions always left him feeling worse than the events themselves. A week later, a man arrived in town, simple in dress and quiet in demeanor, yet somehow commanding attention. His name was Samuel, a traveling teacher known for helping people find inner peace. The locals said his words could calm even the most troubled heart. Claire suggested to Ethan, maybe you should meet him. It could help. Ethan laughed. A wandering monk? What could he possibly teach me that I don't already know? But deep down, curiosity tugged at him. The next morning, he walked to the town park, where Samuel sat cross-legged beneath a sprawling oak tree. Birds chirped, and the scent of fresh grass filled the air. Samuel's calmness was palpable, and Ethan felt it even from a distance. Hello, Ethan said awkwardly. I need help. I get angry, all the time. Samuel opened his eyes slowly, smiling gently. And how does that anger serve you? Ethan paused. It doesn't. I feel worse afterward. Empty, tired, frustrated. Samuel nodded. Exactly. Anger never touches the person it's aimed at. It only burns the one who holds it. He picked up a small bowl of water from the ground. See this water? Calm, still, clear. But when disturbed, the reflection disappears. Your mind is the same. When you react impulsively, your clarity is lost. Ethan frowned. So, I should just ignore it? Pretend it doesn't matter? Samuel shook his head. Not ignore. Respond, don't react. When someone throws dirt at you, you can either catch it or step aside. The choice is yours. Over the following week, Samuel guided Ethan through exercises. One day, he asked Ethan to bring a pot of water and a handful of sand. Boil the water, Samuel instructed. As the water bubbled, Samuel asked, "Can you touch it now?" Ethan shook his head. Too hot. That is your anger, Samuel explained. When emotions boil, peace is unreachable. Now, add the sand. The water turned murky. That is your mind when you react impulsively. Chaos, distraction, pain. Samuel poured the into into a clear bowl and let it settle. Slowly, the sand sank, and the water cleared. When you stop reacting, your mind settles. You see life clearly. You regain your peace. Ethan absorbed the lesson in silence. For years, he had been boiling his own mind, feeding his anger, giving others power over his inner state. Implementing the lesson proved difficult. The next day, a coworker tried to provoke him during a meeting. Normally, Ethan would have snapped or made a sharp comment. Instead, he took a deep breath, remembered Samuel's words, and responded calmly, "Let's focus on the solution." The room went quiet. For the first time, Ethan felt control, clarity, and relief. Tests continued. A driver cut him off on the highway. Someone left a hurtful comment online. Friends forgot plans. Each time, Ethan paused, inhaled, and chose his response. Slowly, he realized that not reacting impulsively allowed him to reclaim energy, confidence, and peace he had long forgotten. Even at home, small conflicts no longer escalated. He and Claire could discuss problems without shouting. His temper, once a cloud over their life, became a calm breeze. Months passed, and the change became visible to everyone around him. Neighbors noticed his calm demeanor, colleagues appreciated his even temperament, and Claire felt a renewed closeness with him. Ethan had become someone people respected, not because of fear or authority, but because of his inner strength. One evening, he returned to the park to meet Samuel. "Teacher, I understand now. People never controlled my anger. I did. And when I choose calm, I choose life, peace, and strength." Samuel smiled. "You have learned well. Life will always present storms. Some will be small, some fierce. But when you stop reacting, you stop giving storms power over you. You cannot control the world, but you can control yourself." Ethan nodded. "So, anger is a choice." "Yes," Samuel replied. "Each time you step aside, breathe, and respond calmly, you grow stronger. One day, even when the storm rages, it will pass around you, not through you." From that day forward, Ethan lived differently. He still felt frustration and encountered rude or challenging people, but he no longer let those moments control him. He had learned the greatest secret of all: peace comes from within, not from the world around you. Whenever someone tried to provoke him, he remembered Samuel's lesson: step aside. Don't catch the dirt. And in that quiet choice, he found freedom. Years later, children and young adults in the town would often approach Ethan for advice. He would always smile and say, "Real strength isn't shouting back or proving a point. Real strength is staying calm when the world tries to shake you. You cannot control the wind, but you can learn how to sail." Evenings spent on the porch with Claire were peaceful. Ethan had learned the hardest yet simplest truth: the only person who could steal his peace was himself, until he chose otherwise.